Hey everybody, it's Knowledge Panel Name, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into the world of gardening to answer a question as old as time. How do you grow a cherry tree from a tiny little seed? Yep, you heard right. We're gonna walk you through the entire journey, from finding that perfect cherry pit to that glorious moment when you finally get to bite into a juicy, homegrown cherry. And trust me, it'll be even sweeter knowing you grew it yourself, from scratch. We're talking about everything from picking the right seeds and giving them the cold treatment, no, literally we're going to be putting them in the fridge, to transplanting those baby trees and making sure they grow up big and strong. So grab your gardening gloves and let's get started. Alright, first things first, the seeds. Now, you might be tempted to just grab a handful of pits from your latest cherry snacking spree, and while any cherry pit technically sprout, we want to set ourselves up for success, right? So, here's the deal. Opt for cherries from a local farmer's market or a friend's tree if you can. Why? Because those cherries are likely from varieties that thrive in your specific climate. That means your future tree will be well suited to your area and have a better chance of not just surviving, but absolutely flourishing. Once you've got your hands on those perfectly ripe cherries, it's time to become a pit collecting machine. Eat those cherries with gusto, but instead of tossing the pits, give them a good rinse to get rid of any clinging fruit flesh. Lay your cherry pits out on a paper towel in a single layer, and let them dry out for a couple of days. This drying period helps prevent the seeds from rotting once we put them in their cozy little stratification spa treatment. Welcome back, everyone. Now remember how I mentioned a stratification spa treatment earlier? Well, it's time to pamper those cherry pits. But instead of cucumber water and face masks, we're talking about a cold, damp environment that mimics the natural winter conditions cherry seeds need to sprout. Think of it this way. Out in nature, cherry pits fall to the ground in autumn, get buried under leaves and snow, and chill out, literally, for the whole winter. This chilling period is crucial because it breaks down a growth inhibitor in the seed, essentially telling it, hey, spring's here, time to wake up. So, how do we recreate this winter wonderland in our own homes? It's actually pretty simple. Grab yourself a plastic bag, some damp, not soaking wet, paper towels, and your dried cherry pits. Place the pits in the damp paper towel, tuck them safely inside the plastic bag, and pop that bag right into the refrigerator. Now here's the important part. Leave those seeds in the fridge for a good 8 to 12 weeks. Patience is a virtue, but trust me, this cold treatment is key to getting those seeds to germinate. While your cherry pits are chilling in their fridge fortress, mark the date on your calendar so you know when it's time to bring them back into the light. Alright folks, the moment of truth has arrived. After weeks of waiting, it's time to bring those stratified cherry pits out of their chilly hibernation and into the wonderful world of potting soil. Gently unwrap those paper towels and take a look at your seeds. You should notice tiny root nubs poking out. Those are our germination champions. Fill small pots with a good quality seed starting mix. Poke a small hole about an inch deep and nestle a single cherry pit inside, root nub facing down. Cover them with soil, give them a gentle watering, and voila! You've planted your cherry trees. Find a warm, sunny spot and keep the soil consistently moist. Soon, you'll be rewarded with tiny green cherry seedlings. Look at you, proud plant parent. Those tiny seedlings you nurtured from pits are now stretching towards the sun, eager to grow big and strong. But as any good parent knows, eventually, those little ones need a bit more space to thrive. Once your cherry seedlings have reached 6 to 12 inches tall with true leaves, they're ready for their big move. Choose a pot twice the size of the current one and fill it with well-draining potting mix. Gently loosen the soil, lift the seedling, and nestle it into its new home. For ground planting, pick a sunny spot with well-drained soil. Cherry trees need at least 6 hours of direct sunlight daily. Dig a hole larger than the root ball, place the seedling, and backfill with soil. Now provide the TLC they need to flourish. Water deeply and regularly, but avoid overwatering. Mulch with organic matter to retain moisture and suppress weeds. Okay folks, let's talk about the birds and the bees. And no, I don't mean an awkward conversation with your kids. I'm talking about the fascinating world of cherry tree pollination, the magical process that turns those beautiful blossoms into delicious, juicy cherries. Now, here's the thing about most cherry trees. They're not exactly independent when it comes to making fruit. In fact, many varieties need a little help from their friends, specifically, other cherry trees of a different compatible variety. Think of it like a botanical dating app. Not all cherry trees are a match made in fruit heaven. So if you're dreaming of a bountiful cherry harvest, you'll likely need to plant at least 2 different varieties that bloom around the same time and are compatible for pollination. While having compatible cherry tree companions is essential, they can't do it all alone. They need a little help from some buzzing matchmakers, our trusty pollinators like bees, butterflies, and even the wind. These busy little creatures flit from flower to flower, collecting nectar and inadvertently transferring pollen along the way. It's like a delicious dance that results in the miracle of fruit production. Alright, cherry enthusiasts, we're getting close to the ultimate reward, harvesting those juicy, homegrown cherries. But before we break out the ladders and baskets, let's talk about some pro tips to ensure your cherry trees are healthy, happy, and bursting with fruit. First up, pruning. Pruning is all about giving your cherry trees a little haircut to keep them healthy and productive. Think of it like this. Just like we trim our hair to get rid of split ends, pruning removes dead, diseased, or overcrowded branches, allowing for better airflow and sunlight penetration, which are essential for healthy fruit production. Next, let's talk about feeding those hungry trees. Just like us, cherry trees need a balanced diet to thrive, and that's where fertilizer comes in. In early spring, give your trees a boost with a balanced fertilizer that's specifically formulated for fruit trees. This will provide them with the nutrients they need to power through the growing season and produce a bumper crop of cherries. Now let's talk about those pesky pests and diseases that can wreak havoc on your cherry growing dreams. Cherry fruit flies, fungal diseases, and other unwelcome guests can quickly turn your fruit fantasy into a nightmare, so it's essential to be vigilant and take preventative measures. Regularly inspect your trees for any signs of infestation or disease, and if you notice anything suspicious, consult with your local nursery or extension office for advice on the best course of action. With these tips, you'll be well on your way to a bountiful cherry harvest. It's the moment you've been waiting for, folks, the grand finale of our cherry growing adventure. After months of patiently nurturing your trees from tiny seeds to towering beauties, it's time to reap the rewards of your hard work and savor the sweet taste of success, literally. But how do you know when those glistening orbs of deliciousness are ready to be plucked from their branches? Well, my friends, it's all about the signs. First and foremost, color. Ripe cherries will have reached their full, vibrant color. Whether it's a deep ruby red, a sunny golden yellow, or a rich mahogany hue. Avoid picking cherries that are still green or have a whitish cast, as they haven't fully developed their sweetness yet. Next, give those cherries a gentle squeeze. Ripe cherries will be firm but slightly yielding to the touch, like a perfectly ripe peach. If they're rock hard, they need a bit more time to ripen on the tree. And of course, the ultimate test, taste. If you're unsure, pick a cherry from a few different branches and give them a try. Ripe cherries will be bursting with sweetness and flavor, making all your hard work worth it. Now, for the actual harvesting process, a gentle touch is key. Carefully grasp the cherry by the stem, just above the little green stalk called the pedicel, and give it a slight twist. The cherry should detach easily, leaving the pedicel intact on the branch. And there you have it. With these steps, you'll be well on your way to enjoying delicious homegrown cherries. Remember, growing your own food takes patience, dedication, and a little bit of know-how, but the rewards are oh so sweet. There's something truly magical about nurturing a plant from a tiny seed to a bountiful harvest. It's a connection to nature, a testament to your own capabilities, and a delicious reminder that the best things in life are often worth waiting for. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more gardening tips and tricks. Until next time, happy gardening, and may your cherry trees be ever fruitful.